So I've got some slightly bad news for you in this video, because a couple of nights ago we had a break-in, and I'm not talking about a human break-in, thank goodness. I'm talking about small black buzzing mosquitoes. Yes, this video is all about mosquitoes over here in Mallorca, and if you're coming over here this summer in these hot summer months, well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, because I don't think you're going to be able to avoid them, but I can help you prepare for them. So let's sit down, let's talk about mosquitoes over here in Mallorca, and I'll let you know how bad they are around the island. Okay, so I've made videos about mosquitoes in the past, and I'm making one for this summer for 2024, because I kind of feel that we might have a slightly different situation, just simply because the focus on mosquitoes over here in Mallorca has always been up in Alcudia, it's always been up in Puerto Poyensa, but this really is a warning for anyone who's coming over to any resort on the island or staying inland or in any town as well. It's going to be highly unlikely that you're going to avoid mosquitoes this year. Now, this is to the point as well that Calvia Town Hall, which is the area around Palma Nova, Magaluf and Santa Ponsa, on their Facebook page this morning they actually put out a warning as well about mosquitoes and how maybe residents can help with the situation over here in terms of not leaving out standing water, leaving water in plant pots and that kind of thing too. So why have the mosquitoes suddenly become very active in June? Well, it's normally at this time of year that we do get the mosquitoes. And you may remember as well from my video last week that we did have a huge rainy day as well. We had a couple of rainy days actually, which resulted in standing water and those mozzies breeding, which hasn't been great as well, which isn't great, it hasn't helped. And I think we might be in for another storm within the next 24 hours too, which is going to lead to maybe even more mosquitoes, particularly over here in the southwest. Not to say that you're going to be able to avoid them in other areas of the island, because, well, you're going to get mosquitoes everywhere this summer. So what's your best method of prevention, of preventing the mozzies or being bitten too much this summer? Well, bring over some repellent, but you can also buy it over here on the island too. I was in the supermarket, I was in Mercadona supermarket just yesterday, and you can see the shelves here are floor to ceiling in anti-mosquito products and treatment products too, and they are actually quite good. They're not too bad, but you will also see as well that in the supermarket I went into, they've put all the mozzie products right next to the alcohol as well. So if you do get really badly bitten, or you think you're going to get really badly bitten, get yourself a bottle of wine too. Might take away from the itching slightly. But anyway, on a serious note, you can get lots of anti-mosquito products over here, but the one product I do recommend that you do get if you are staying in a hotel room is going to be a plug-in, an anti-mosquito plug-in for the night time too, along with not leaving your doors and your windows open at night either, because you are going to get mosquitoes flying in during those nighttime hours. So it's really, really important, get yourself a plug-in, and also if you are in a hotel as well that has aircon, make use of that rather than leaving the windows open. If you feel that's something you don't want to sleep with, which I don't like sleeping with air conditioning, then a lot of the hotel rooms now also have ceiling fans. In fact, I saw in that 2-star hotel that I stayed in over in Calabona, that wonderful 2-star hotel, they had ceiling fans over there as well. Pop that on. The circulation of the fan is going to mean that mozzies can't land on you at night, so that's a really good top tip, and probably my preferred way of sleeping when it's hot too, over and above air conditioning and all the environmental impact that comes along with that too. So when are mozzies most active over here on the island? Well, it's going to be at dusk. It's going to be probably when you're wandering out for a meal, which means that if you are going out and you are susceptible to mosquito bites, maybe get some long floaty trousers, cotton trousers, or a long floaty shirt as well to keep your arms and your legs covered. Something that doesn't really stick to your skin either, so the mozzies won't be able to land on you and then go on to bite you. So something along those lines would be really, really useful. If you want to go down the route as well of maybe getting some more herbal anti-mozzie repellent, maybe some lavender oil or eucalyptus or tea tree oil or citronella oil or something, particularly if you've got kids, you may prefer to use that too. I have to say as well that the mosquito bands that you can get from pharmacies, the plastic ones that you wear, in my experience, And the mosquitoes laugh in the face of those and they just completely ignore them. I think that's really the tiger mosquitoes, because don't forget as well, we have different types of mosquitoes now. We've got the common mosquito, we've got the tiger mosquito, and it's the tiger mosquitoes, the tropical mosquitoes, that really cause problems over and above the little common ones. So not very nice this summer. You may also have seen, and you'll probably see in the national press this year, articles about the risk of dengue fever, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I have also heard as well in the UK they're offering dengue fever vaccinations as well for anyone coming over to the Med on holiday. Got to admit, I live here, never had dengue fever in my life, and I get bitten by mozzies all the time, so I don't think it's a massive risk over here. And I'm pretty sure many of you have travelled far and wide to far-flung countries, so if you see those stories in the press, let's just say I wouldn't pay too much attention to those, and I've not heard of a single person over here on the islands getting dengue fever either. So that's something else to bear in mind. So what about if you get bitten by mosquitoes, which you probably invariably will get bitten at some point this summer? Well, my recommendation is if you are anywhere near a Mercadona, and I have one in the pocket, pick up one of these. It's a little tube of anti-bites. It's only about €2 or €3, really cheap. Keep some with you at all times if you do get bitten, because treating that with that little thing in my pocket often works. But long term, so you can get a good night's sleep, I recommend using the hot spoon method. So if you do have a kettle in your room, boil that kettle, dip a spoon in it and just let it cool for a few seconds before applying that onto the mosquito bite. Be really careful and do this at your own risk as well, before anyone goes and gives themselves third-degree burns. You're doing this at your own risk, but I've found that that's really effective in treating mosquito bites, and that's my current favourite method of treating them for this year. And that was advice given over on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that Facebook group, go over and join it as well. Got tons of tips and travel tips over there too, and advice from community members too. And I have to say as well, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, because of course I'm going to be bringing you more travel tips and advice as we go on through the summer too. So I also want to point out as well that I do have a holiday shop, an Amazon holiday shop. I'll drop a link below, so if you do want to support the channel, I would get a teeny tiny commission from your Amazon purchases, and you can bring that kind of stuff over with you too. Now if you are travelling with a baby, I would recommend bringing over some mosquito netting. You can put that over the cot in your room as well, maybe bring some pegs with that and just peg it down to avoid any mozzies getting into your baby's cot. And above all, do not leave your windows and your doors open, because, well, if I get a mosquito coming through our heavily netted doors and windows, you're definitely going to get them coming in the evening. So pull the curtains during the day, keep the sun out, and make sure when you get in at night, use the aircon, use the fans in your room, and just avoid leaving those doors and windows open, because otherwise you're going to get them coming into your room too, and well, that's not great either. So before as well anyone asks what are the mosquitoes like in July and August, I think they're going to be quite bad this year. What are they going to be like in September and October? Once again, I don't think it's going to be great this year either. I think we're going to have them now for the rest of the summer. We seem to have a few less mozzies in springtime, in March, April and May, but they really do seem to come out after we've had a lot of heat and a lot of rain like we have in the past week or so. We've really noticed a difference on the old mozzie count over here. So if you are looking to avoid mosquitoes, come in winter and wear lots of clothes, which is kind of my advice, because I didn't really get bitten in the winter, which is good news. But don't worry too much if you're coming over. If you're coming over, you're going to have a great holiday. It's just one of these annoying things that is going to tarnish your holiday slightly. Come prepared, get the products. If you don't bring anything over, go into your local supermarket, pick up a plug-in, pick up some afterbite too, get some repellent, and just go ahead and enjoy your holiday. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I will drop a couple of links here and here to videos that you may also find useful for planning your holiday for this summer. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.